In 1983, a Texas grandmother staged a fishing trip that never happened. The disappearance of her husband, Jimmy Don Beets, would lead investigators to one of the most chilling discoveries in American true crime. Betty Lou Beets was born into poverty in 1937 and endured a childhood marked by illness and abuse. By 15, she was married, and over the next 3 decades, she cycled through 5 husbands. Violence and instability followed her from one relationship to the next. Her 5th marriage to retired firefighter Jimmy Don Beets seemed like a chance at stability. But on August 6, 1983, she reported him missing, telling authorities he had vanished while fishing at Lake Athens. His boat was found drifting, carefully staged to look like an accident. Betty Lou Beets had lived a turbulent life marked by abuse, broken marriages, and violence. By the time she was in her 40s, she'd been married 5 times, and nearly every husband became a victim of her rage. Her second husband, Billy Lane, survived when she shot him in the back in 1970. After they remarried, she tried to shoot him again. Her third husband, Ronnie Threlkeld, endured her violent threats, including a gun pulled on him during fights. But not all of Betty's partners survived. In 1981, her 4th husband, Doyle Wayne Barker, disappeared. 4 years later, his body was found buried beneath her garage floor. He had been shot dead. Then came Jimmy Don Beets. Married in 1982, he was retired, with both a firefighter's pension and life insurance. Within a year, he vanished. When investigators dug up Betty's yard in 1985, they discovered Jimmy Don's body buried in a flower bed, and Doyle Barker's remains hidden nearby. Her children later testified that Betty asked them to help cover up the crime. Prosecutors argued her motive was money, pointing to the staged fishing accident and her attempts to collect benefits. In 1985, she was convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death. For 15 years she appealed, with supporters arguing she was herself a victim of lifelong abuse. But the courts rejected clemency. On February 24, 2000, at the age of 62, Betty Lou Beets was executed by lethal injection. She was the 2nd woman executed in Texas since the Civil War. Betty Lou Beets remains one of the clearest examples of a Black Widow killer, a woman whose pattern of violence began with attempts on her husband's lives and ended with 2 buried in her own yard.